Hello friends, how are you? I'm Pat Sloan and this is Magical May. Our quilting challenges are daily videos. And if you need all the links, remember they're right down below. We're gonna get right to it on this Saturday. We are on the 16th of May. We have hit the halfway mark. That means I can start sewing more things onto my rainbow. And I'm also sick of having it pinned up here, so I'm hoping my design wall is free so I can move it over to the other side, and so this doesn't look like such a mess all the time. Okay, get to it, Pat. All right, so did you guess what it was? Did you guess what today is? It says take it on the run. That's what today's challenge is. So my challenge is, if you want to take it, to make a table runner. Make an easy one, and I'm going to show you a couple here that are super easy and fun. Of course, you get fun fabric. But if you don't have time to make a table runner today or over the next few days, then you could just show me your table runner or tell me about it if you're not over on Facebook where you can show it to me. It's Quilt Along with Pat Sloan is my group if you haven't come over there yet, where it's always a quilt show every single day. Okay, I digressed. So take it on the run, table runners. I went looking for the one I wanted to show you and could not find it. So I found one of the other ones I did with the pattern. This is my triangle table runner pattern, and you're getting to be such experts at triangles. I thought this would be the best one to use. This happens to be one I made with Halloween fabric. I've made it with several other kind of fabrics. I love the stripe binding. I love stripe binding. So this, if you're making the rainbow quilt, you could do a rainbow table runner. You could do a two-color table runner, like red and white, or green and white, or green and yellow, or pink and yellow, pink and green, something summery, red, white, and blue. Wouldn't that be awesome? How about a red, white, and blue? Red and blue alternating triangles. This is a free pattern, so I will link you down below. Remember, everything I talk about is down below the video. So this one is easy. It's really fast. And then you can just, now I did this one in bubbles and straight line quilting. So you can see the bubbles and the straight line quilting. But you could just do it in a wave. That looks really good. So let me show you some other options. If you have my Celebrate the Seasons book, this one, if you have this book, there are several table runners in here. So I have the one. This does happen to have mittens on it. It says it's No Lost Mittens is the name of the pattern, but pretend instead, like take the mitten part off like this. So if you just did this part and you added one more, so it was 4 across, this is a super cute table runner. Or you could do 6 of them across. It's also not very hard. It won't take you very long to do it. A great one to do from the book. Whee! And then if you do want to make a winter one, go ahead and add the mittens on the end. No lost mittens. Did you lose your mittens as a kid? I think my parents were convinced I was going to lose mittens. I don't know that I ever lost mittens or gloves, but there was always a big discussion about not losing them whenever we left the house. Don't leave them. Don't lose one. Like, I don't know why, whether they cost a lot back then or what the deal was with the gloves and the mittens. But I can distinctly remember being told about that. It's like, what? I don't go out there on purpose to lose things, Ma. So, okay. There are some other table runners in the book, which I love. The tulips. So somebody in one of our friends in the Quilt Along with Pat Sloan's made the Tulip Runner recently. So that is one that turns out really cute. And it does not have to be a spring item. Here it is. See there. So that is really nice for any time of year. You could do that one red, white, and blue as well. You could do it fall, like a little fall flower bud. Golds, browns, warm colors. Okay, and the last one I have in the book is something that can transform into any colorway that you love, and that is the chain with the stars. So here is the shot of it on the counter. Let me show you the next page where you can see it a little bit better. So here we go. So that is how it looks. This one I think transforms super nice. You could do it in my Bonnie Lane fabric. My friend Pam did that and shared it. You could do it in pastels, red, white, and blue. I'm thinking red, white, and blue because, you know, the decorating for the summer. That's my colorway for the summer. Fall colors like this. This is in the fall section, fall season of the book. Yes. So those are 3 that are just in there. So they're very easy. I know a lot of you have my book. I'll link you up to it. I believe I have a link to where it's on sale. Yes. And there's a Kindle version as well. I'll link you to that. So if you want the Kindle version, you can pick that up. Yes. So table runners, take it on the run today. And I need to either find the other one, or I need to make one in like springy green, yellow, you know, like those kind of springy colors. Those are what I'm going, green and yellow. That's really what I'm looking at right now, what I'm feeling. So I don't know, I might have to just make another one real quick. They do not take long. So we also have rainbow blocks for today. And I don't know, I hit this halfway mark and I'm like, I just want to sew it up. It's so fun. I can understand why a bunch of you are sewing up the rainbows already. So I have a few blocks where I have 6 today. So 3 squares, you know, 2 per block. So I also found this really neat print. It feels very European to me. I don't know why, like Scandinavian or something. So I put that, I alternated that with one of the greens that had, you know, not quite as much print on it. And then I found these guys, like little people walking in the rain with their umbrellas. I had 1 square in green, which was in a charm pack. So I pulled it out. And then some really old fabric that I've had for a while. I used this a long time ago in a project, so it's nice to see it again and put it in my rainbow quilt. And then, before I forget, my Let It Go. Remember, 1 item per day. Look for it. Put it in your Let It Go bag or your Let It Go box. Well, I have a group of items today because I know I need to be doing groups of items to make any kind of impact. So I have this yummy little fabric bundle that is going in my Let It Go bag. So I use these for a project, and I can't keep everything because I have a very small space and I have to work with new fabrics. I know, it's so hard. But that's just the way it is when you run a business. You know, I don't have as much opportunity for the older fabric. So often I will get a bundle from the manufacturer, and then it will either go into my giveaways or go into the bag to go away. So that is that one. It's shooing out. So that gives me a nice little chunk of space. There's some other ones that are in that particular container, which is right over here, that I need to dig through it and get rid of a few more. So yesterday, besides being the charity Block Bloomtopia Day, which I showed you yesterday, it was also the Aurifl Designer of the Month Day, and I want to tell you a little bit about that program in case you are not real aware of it. Sarah's block is spectacular. It is just such a cool block. This year, okay, so this year, what it is, and so the Designer of the Month is I work with Aurifl and I interview 12 different designers. I pick the team and then I work with them and I interview them each month. And this month we this year we're doing a color builder box. So each designer had one of the 12 colors of the color builder boxes. And in each one is a set of 3 colors of Aurifl. And so we are on, like this month, and they're all named for cities in Italy, which is where Aurifl is. They're based in Milan. So this is the Sardinia, and it's all these super yummy pinks. And so she made a block. Her block has got the pinks in it, and it's so fantastic. And pink is one of her signature colors that she works with. So it all worked out really well. I made mine to go with my blocks, and I'll link you down to the post where you can see my block with the others that I've already done. So the other 4, so I have 5 blocks made already. Now I don't have Sarah's block yet because she's in the UK, so I have to wait for it to get here to do a group picture with the designer blocks. So this is mine, and this was so much fun to do. It's paper pieced, and I have a few little tips on my website for it, for paper piecing, and then she has a link to a paper piecing tutorial that she did, so that you can, if you've never paper pieced before, you know, this is not a bad one to try to start with. It's pretty straightforward, so it's pretty easy one to do. Plus it has big pieces, which is nice. There aren't really any teeny tiny little pieces. The smallest pieces are just, you know, like here on the ends, and they're super easy to do because they're on the end. So you just sort of oversize them. Paper piecing, I'm all about oversizing. I know it creates a little bit more waste, but for me, it is worth it because I do not have to worry too much or think too much. So what happens is when I interview the Aurifl Designer, they send me photos to go with the interview questions, and then they design the block based on something about the box color or the location or both, you know, whatever inspires them. And each block is super unique, like this one. All the designers are really creating very much one-of-a-kind blocks, and that's why the samplers are so amazing from the Aurifl. Then if you make your block and enter it in the photo gallery at the Aurifl site, every month Aurifl has a random number picker and somebody wins 3 different color boxes. Yes, all you have to do is make the block and enter it. And it's just, they create such amazing, unique quilts every time. Super cool. So I have linked you below. I really like making the blocks. I make all the blocks every single time. Then I design the layout at the end, which usually comes out sometime in late January. I get all the blocks in finally and then design the layout and assemble it and put the pattern out for that. So yeah, I hope you join. I hope you do the Aurifl blocks because they are just incredible, and they're often a little bit of a skill builder. They're often with a technique you may have not tried before. Maybe a little bit more, some of them are a little bit more pieces than other ones. So, you know, it gives you a chance to really build your skills and do something super, super unique that none of your friends are gonna have unless they're also sewing along, which they could. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for using all my links. We appreciate it. I appreciate it. I love you, and I will see you online. Mwah, mwah. Bye, everybody.